Tata has customers, Tata has revenues. Importantly, it has wonderful assets in the form of spectrum. And more importantly, these mergers and acquisitions create a more viable and sustainable market structure. 12 operators was too many. It had to inevitably come down. And this is the process of consolidation that we have been seeing for the last 24 months. Started with small little movements on us buying Videocon, Auger, Qualcomm, Airtel 4G. Then, of course, the Telenor happened, and then series of other stuff, and now Tata. So, in that sense, I would say Airtel today has one of the most formidable spectrum pools on all bands, especially now very rich 4G spectrum, which will keep us in good stead.
Mr. Mittal, if you look at the last two acquisitions, you referred to the Telenor acquisition and the recent Tata Teleservices acquisition. Doesn't that perhaps make you now a formidable number one at a time when you have Reliance Jio steadily grabbing market share?
You know, rankings and all are good to look at. What you have to say, for the last 22 years, we have been in the forefront of the telecom revolution. And we intend, as Airtel, to stay like that for the next, hopefully, 20 odd years. Telecom is a lifeline. We do this well. We've been serving this nation for 21, 22 years, as I said, with the latest technologies, innovation, and we will continue to do so. And we are determined to expand our businesses, add more customers, invest massive amounts in latest technologies and networks, and that's what we are doing.
Mr. Mittal, your good friend and your peer in the industry, Mr. Mukesh Ambani, has referred to data as the new oil. But when it comes to data, correct me if I'm wrong, I think they have an edge in terms of data consumption. How do you plan to bridge the gap? Because it's a new player, and of course, as you said, you've been around for way more longer.
No, it's not true. I mean, our data consumption is more or less at par with them now. In our case, we have 285 million customers, and a lot more of them are still on feature phone, 2G. We have been doing data for long years. It's not that data is new to us. Data has been there. If you go back to 2002, the data story had started. It's picked up momentum now because the right devices have come, the right apps have come, right content has come. More importantly, high-speed networks have come. So it's not just because of one event that data has become important. Data has been important for the last 10 years. It's picked up velocity. Any technology, every technology, you start with shared services like Uber, Ola, or Oyo rooms and all that. Things start very small, and suddenly they become big, because once it comes to an inflection point, it becomes big. Same happened with telecom. So in the traditional form of voice and all that, initially it was small, then it expanded. So I would say this is an idea which has been there for a long time. It's just picked up acceleration by a good fortuitous coincidence of many things: smartphone, low-cost smartphones, better networks, better speeds. So I think all things have come together.
Mr. Mittal, to say that the telecom industry is going through a tough time would be an understatement. There's a lot of stress in the sector, and the government acknowledges that stress. And in fact, we are hearing from senior government officials that there could be perhaps a new telecom policy that could be in the works. What are your expectations as the market leader?
I think telecom policy is absolutely overdue now. Ease of doing business, as I mentioned earlier, we need quicker mergers and acquisitions, spectrum sharing, active sharing, common networks, common fiber pipes, right of way, siting of towers, lowering of license fee and spectrum usage charges. Once you're auctioning spectrum, where is the question of charging rent? So there are lots of inconsistencies there where the government needs to apply their mind, be bold. Like the finance minister mentioned today, that Shri Atal Bihari Vajpayee, the then Prime Minister, took a bold position on moving from a very onerous, penalizing kind of licensing regime to a revenue sharing regime, which opened up the sector. Similar bold policies are required now again, and that must be encapsulated and enshrined in the new telecom policy.
One last question, sir, and that's broadly on the growth trajectory. Recently, we saw the Indian economy, the growth dipping to a 3-year low. But now, of course, there are positive murmurs because the fear of GST has reduced.
All these have been very big moves by the government. It takes time to settle down. Things are settling down. Don't go by these temporary blips. You need broad shoulders. This government has broad shoulders. You need bold reforms. They've shown the way for bold reforms. All of us were wanting GST. So how can suddenly we start to quibble about a little bit of fine line here or there? They'll get settled down. The GST Council has been continuously meeting under the Finance Minister's leadership, and they're changing things. As you see, they are continuously moving things. I believe the next meeting is on the 10th of November, which is 10-12 days from now. More things will be done. I think India is poised for a very strong economic growth.
Mr. Just one last question. Your point is well taken that every new policy takes some time to settle down and digest. But are you seeing green shoots in the economy?
Oh, absolutely. If you really look at it, you can see consumption patterns going up, you can see economic momentum going up. There are concerns in the area of jobs and all that. Government has suddenly come up with a big dose of recapitalization of banks, money for infrastructure, divestment. This government is going all out.